when we did my year compass, having that written and, you know, really breaking down the steps that you're going to do. I think I've got it on my Instagram. I've got a video of us doing it on my Instagram a few years back. I'll probably post it out so that on my stories or something. Yeah. But the year that we did that, so much changed. Yeah. Because we got clear on our goals, we got clear on the things that we wanted to do, we got clear on the things that we wanted to achieve, and we actually looked at strategic steps to get there. Do you know what I mean? Looked at what was realistic and looked at what was a bit ambitious. But even some of the ambitious things we actually got done as well, because we did some of the smaller groundwork that led up to that point. So I think what I'm saying is I don't think resolutions are bad. I don't think so.
No, I don't think they're bad.
Yeah, because a lot of people are, I'm not making any resolutions because I don't stick to it. And, you know, I think there's like this famous thing that like the 25th of January is like the day that people actually just give up on their...
No, I don't think resolutions are bad. I just think that trying to maintain this level of like high energy throughout the year, that's unrealistic.
But do you know the funny thing is, when it comes to resolutions, I've never looked at it as, oh, I'm so passionate at the beginning of the year and I must be passionate until December. I don't look at them like that. Like I look at and I think maybe it's the wrong mindset around it, because I think having some kind of plan and trajectory that you're working with is important, because that then means that you know the path that you're going on, you know, and it may not be for the whole year. It may be that you meet some of those goals in the first quarter. Do you know what I mean? In the first month.
Can I say something? I don't mind passion. If you've got the passion and it does last throughout the year, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm your number one
energy, more.
But I don't think by just saying it at the beginning, and that's not going to do you nothing. You really have to feed your mind with that kind of positivity or that kind of talk on a daily basis. It's not just going to happen just because you said so at the beginning. That's getting that out the way. Setting goals for me now has become very, very integral to the start of my year, because it helps me go, all right, where are you now? What do you want to achieve?
Yes.
How are you going to realistically get there? And do you have what it takes to actually go the extra mile to get to these goals that you want to achieve?
What are the things that you need to put in place in order to make that happen?
Though. Be realistic. If you can knock out this before I remember I said I wanted a Netflix special, but that didn't happen. Right? But I realised I didn't put the energy into that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You weren't
focused on that because there were so many other things.
There were so many other things, and I was just getting used to the tempo, or should I say the pace of
life
what it is to
even
be a touring comedian. Right? And so now I feel like, okay, I'm at that place where I understand. My goal ain't even Netflix anymore. My goal is just, right, you know what it is? Let's top the last one.
Exactly.
And if that ends up being a this or a that, that's a bonus.
Exactly. Right? But that is what we're saying, the willingness to do the small things that lead to the bigger thing. Do you know what I mean? Because how I see it as well is, obviously you set those goals because you have some dreams and things that you really would like to see come to pass, right? And you're setting those resolutions because ultimately you know that is you at your peak, like performance-wise, right? And they're either things that you've wanted to achieve for a long time, or you see yourself being able to achieve them. So what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to break down those resolutions.
Exactly.
Break them
that's
down.
What the whole my year's compass
my year compass,
It is, you break it down to small, like, okay, steps, actions that you can realistically take to get to that desired goal. Right? Because all goals are achievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you got to be realistic.
As an example, right, I know that for this year, there's a certain amount of weight that I want to lose, and a certain level of fitness that I would love to be able to achieve.
This brings me to my next pick. I'm not gonna keep going, but I'm just January is the worst time to... Right? Because everybody gets on that. Oh, yeah, this year, I'm going to do it. When you going to start?
When you go gym?
January. And it's like, brother...
Mashing up the gym.
Take some time. Yeah. Take some time.
Overload in the gym.
But go on.
Yeah, so I'm like, there's a certain amount of weight that I want to lose. We've got our 10-year anniversary coming up, and I know that I want to look good for that, right? But last year, after I gave birth, I wanted to do this whole thing where I was just like, I'm going to go on like a crazy like way of eating, and I'm going to lose this amount, and I'm going to be... And then I quickly realised, actually, this is not a sprint. No. Like, it's definitely a marathon, you know? And it's something that is going to take time.
That's right.
And I've had to condition my mind to that, to say, whoa, let's strip it all the way back. What can you do in small pockets of time consistently over the next year, over the next couple of months, that is also going to be able to get you to that goal without killing yourself to do it now? You know? And stripping that back and doing it in that way, I can actually see how it can become a lifestyle, as opposed to, you know, a quick fix for something that I'm doing now.
That's right.
So I think that's the thing around resolutions as well. It can actually become a part of your lifestyle. It doesn't need to be a quick thing that you do right now.
And just to be clear, we do resolutions throughout the year. So we do catch-ups. So it'll be like New Year, start of the year, we put down our goals, our New Year resolution, things we want to change. Quarterly, we check in.
Yeah.
Halfway, we check in. And, you know, near the end of the year, we check in. So that's how we kind of like timestamp, or should I say mark out our progress and where we're getting to.
Yeah. So and that doesn't need to be no big meeting, right? No, it's time to sit down. No, like we'll just talk about it in passing.
Talk about it. Your own intimate time. You just, you know, write it down. Yeah. You know, what you've achieved.
Some of the things you can tick off, and we'll be like, babe, oh my gosh, can you believe I said I wanted to do this and I was able to do it in X time, or I wanted to do that, you know, but boy, like that seemed really hard, or, you know, this is the challenge that I'm having with it. And then you can...
Babe, I remember when I said I wanted to sell, and like, what was it, like 7,000 tickets?
Yeah.
I surpassed that. I was like, okay. But that wasn't, you know, I didn't plan to go that extra mile. It happened because it happened organically. And obviously, you know, some of the things that I did that year 100% helped. But yeah, sometimes just writing it down and putting it at the forefront of your mind, you take steps, man.
You do.
But right, cool. Let's kind of move off of the topic of like resolution.
Yeah.
Move on to what I was saying. January. Yeah. Because everybody tries to do it. We always try to do like, you know, dry January.
Yeah.
We try to fast track every single goal. Yeah. But everybody starts, and like you said, they sprint. But like you said, it's a marathon.
25th of January, baby, is the end.
Mo Farah. You got to look at Mo Farah.
What do you know about Mo Farah?
He paces himself, and then, you know, by the end, that's when he goes full throttle.
Because the point is, not everyone's going to be like Usain Bolt.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Where you sprint and
at the beginning, you're
still the winner now. Yeah. Like, no, it's not everyone that will. Everyone, You've got to be willing to do a Mo Farah, go the long haul, you know.
That's right.
Because you'll still get to the finish line with that as well.
We're living in a generation now where everybody wants it
instant.
And I'm starting to learn some people will do whatever it takes to get it.
To have it instantly. Like, do you know the funny thing is, I don't know if this is something that I maybe got from my granddad, or if it's because growing up I had to exercise so much delayed gratification that now for me having anything instant seems a bit sus. Like
yeah, that's true.
Having anything instant for me now, I'm like, something is in something with this, because that can't just happen happen quick like that. You know that there's this thing on Instagram where people are like, don't be surprised when good things start happening to you because you deserve it. And what we're saying now reminds me of that thing of like, it's not that I don't expect good things or things to happen quickly or, you know, something amazing to happen like in a really short space of time, because ultimately it can. Do you know what I mean? But I just think where growing up I had so much delayed gratification. Now at this age, I'm always willing to work a bit more or like go the extra mile for it.
I'm different to you.
Yeah, you are.
Give me everything.
Everything now. You're like, if I can have it now, I'll have it now. If it's going to take longer, all right, let it take longer. Calm. Like, you're easy. Whereas I'm always kind of like looking at, okay, where's the long route with this thing, you know, or willing to wait for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, all the time.
No, not all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I feel sometimes I feel impatient.
For me, when it arrives, it arrives.
Yeah. You know? When the time is right,
it will happen.
It will happen.
That's why.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's
I'm the
us.
same. Yeah. That's like, I don't fight it.
No.
I don't go, no. Yeah, no. When it's supposed to be when I expect.
No.
I can't. That's why I said we don't do no
exactly.
manifesting, because we can't
because
control time.
It's not my will. Like, I can't will it. Do you know what I mean?
Again, I can't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As it arrives, I'm like, oh, thank you.
Thank you. With the most gratitude. And I think that's what I love about coming into a new year, because it gets me so reflective, looking back at the year past and saying, my goodness, we achieved some things last year. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we've come on emotionally. Oh my goodness, I've come on mentally. I think
one thing people need to know, especially about us, it's a team effort. With anything we do, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, we've got amazing people in our life that make